All right, guys, in this video, you're going to learn 9 sneaky tricks that will make your ex come back to you. So if you're cool with employing a few little mind games on your ex to make him or her yearn for your love and attention again, then do not go anywhere, because in the next few minutes, you're going to learn exactly what to do to make that a reality. What is up, YouTube? My name, of course, is Brad Browning. I am YouTube's #1 breakup and marriage expert. And for 10 years or more now, actually, I've been teaching men and women around the world how to mend their broken relationships. And I'd like to think I've become pretty good at it. And in fact, I have written 2 best-selling programs on those 2 very topics. One of them is a complete, simple, step-by-step guide to getting your ex back. So if you are interested in a comprehensive guide to getting your ex to come crawling back to you, no matter what you think that you did wrong, then just head over to breakupbrad.com/buy to pick up your copy today. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to cover the top 9 psychological tactics to make your ex wish that they never broke up with you. Now, it's taken me years and years of research and actual coaching in the real world to come up with a solid list like these 9 I'm about to cover here in this video. So please do pay attention, because this might be one of the most important videos that you're ever going to watch on this particular topic. So let's just jump right into it with sneaky tip number 1, which is to use the law of pre-selection to your advantage. So have you ever heard of pre-selection? This is something I've talked about a couple of times in some of my older videos, but it's basically a psychological trick that you should be employing as soon as possible. And do make a mental note here, because this does work even if you're single or you're looking for a potential partner. So in the long shot event that you don't end up getting your ex back, or you decide you don't want your ex back, just keep this pre-selection tip in the back of your mind. So the law of pre-selection basically just states that the more a person is highly sought after by members of the opposite sex, the more they actually become desirable to the opposite sex. So in essence, really, it's basically a positive feedback loop. So the more people you attract, the more likely you will be to attract even more singles because of that. And of course, your ex is no exception to this. So, I mean, maybe you've observed this phenomena in your own life. Maybe a bunch of your friends began crushing on this one guy or girl at your work or at school. And even though they may not be your type, the fact that your friends are clamoring over this one person actually just makes them seem a bit more appealing to you as well, right? Now, there's a multitude of ways to showcase pre-selection, but one of the best ways is through just word of mouth. So here, just try this little sneaky tactic on for size. Think about a really chatty or gossipy mutual friend that you share with your ex, and ask him or her out for a cup of coffee. And then just come up with a story about how there's 2 girls or 2 guys that are just constantly asking you out on dates. But come up with an entertaining story so that it's actually memorable, because basically you're banking on the fact that this chatty friend is going to then go and blab to your ex about all the gossip they just heard from you. And of course, once your ex gets wind of how highly sought after you are, then they're gonna be second guessing their decision to break up with you, probably very soon. Now, like I said, pre-selection is something that's highly effective for even single people as well. So if for whatever reason you decide to not get back together with your ex, then using this sneaky psychological tactic for your dating life is also gonna work like a charm. Okay, and let's move on to sneaky tactic number 2, which is to cause massive amounts of FOMO inside your ex's mind. Now, I'm sure most of you have already heard of FOMO, but basically it's just an acronym that stands for fear of missing out. And of course, it is a very powerful psychological phenomenon, especially in today's day and age. Maybe you've, for example, seen pictures on one of your friends' Instagram when they're at an amazing party or on a crazy traveling adventure, and you just got the feeling that you just needed to join them and you couldn't miss out on whatever fun, awesome stuff they're doing. Now, you can actually induce the same sort of feeling inside your ex's mind quite easily, believe it or not. All you have to do really is showcase to the world that you're living the best life possible. And that's something you can do just by showing off some pictures on your Instagram, your Facebook, Snapchat. You don't even, you don't have to book a crazy trip overseas to Singapore or whatever. You can just show videos and pictures from an incredible hike you did on the weekend, or a fun camping trip with a few friends last summer. Whatever it is, once your ex actually sees how much fun you're having since the breakup, you're going to induce a lot of FOMO inside his or her mind. And of course, once they feel that FOMO, it's only going to be a matter of time before they start messaging you and asking you to hang out again once they see how awesome your life has become. Which ties into sneaky tip number 3, which is to use jealousy to your advantage. Now, I know some of you guys might think this is a little manipulative, but using jealousy really is one of the most effective ways to get your ex back. And of course, in my program, the X Factor Guide, I do share dozens of jealousy-inducing tips that are guaranteed to make your ex want to come crawling back to you. But today I'm only going to cover one of these especially useful tactics, and I call this one the jealousy text. Now, before you text this message to your ex, please put away your phone, because I do have to warn you, you can't simply just send this message out of the blue randomly one day and expect it to actually work. There is a certain time and place where it's appropriate to send this text, and if you send it at the wrong time, then you could be sabotaging your chances of ever getting back together. So if you have been watching some of my videos here on YouTube, then you know that the no contact rule is very important. So if you do send this jealousy text, you're going to want to send it after the 30 days of no contact, or even preferably longer perhaps, are over. Even then, you're going to want to psychologically prime your ex before you send this powerful text. So for a little more information on how you can actually do that and prime your ex to receive the message, head over to breakupbrad.com and watch the free video on my website there, breakupbrad.com, and just go over there right after this video and you can watch that free presentation, and you'll learn all about how to set the stage for sending this jealousy message. But to actually just better explain what this text message involves, let's just jump quickly into an example. So you could say something like, hey, what was the name of that cute pottery shop we went to last summer? You know, the one with the purple teapots? I really want to take a friend there tomorrow night. Or another example might be, hey, remember that cute Greek restaurant we went to on New Year's? Do you remember the name of that place again? I really want to take a friend there this weekend. And that's pretty much all there is to that message, really. You don't want to be too specific, though. So, don't say who you're taking on the date. Just leave your ex wondering, who you might be taking and what your really true intentions are with them. Now, if you have sent this message correctly, then your ex's mind is going to be racing with thoughts and worries of losing you to this other person that you've mentioned in the message, and they're going to start getting crazy jealous. Again, if you are interested in learning how to use this tactic safely and properly, just head to breakupbrad.com and watch my free video presentation as soon as this video is over. All right, let's keep it going. Sneaky tip number 4 is to focus on self-improvement. Now, I realize this isn't so much of a sneaky psychological tactic that you're using on your ex, but it is one you're using sort of on yourself. Now, self-improvement, of course, can take multiple different forms, but one of the best things to do is just to hit the gym. Now, not only are you going to look sexier as a result, of course, which may also help reattract your ex, but working out actually also releases a ton of feel-good hormones inside your body. If you've been following my advice here on YouTube, then you're going to know that getting your ex back isn't just about faking it until you make it. I actually want to help you to really assume the perspective of a highly confident and really truly attractive person. And working out is actually just one of the best ways to achieve that goal for several reasons. So folks, instead of staying home alone, go out for a run. Just hit the weights. You'll be glad you did, and you're going to feel better as a result. All right, sneaky tip number 5, use reverse psychology on your ex. Now, as with all of these tips I'm sharing in this video, you really do want to proceed with caution with this reverse psychology one, and make sure that you're using this advice properly and at the right time. However, if you do use this correctly, this tactic, it can be extremely powerful. So for example, one thing you could say is something along the lines of, you know what, I think it's actually a good thing that we broke up. I think we really needed this time apart. Or similarly, you could try something like, I think breaking up has allowed me to focus a lot more on myself. I think this is going to be great for me. Something along those lines, just something really subtle like this, can send a very sneaky message to your ex, even subconsciously, that you've moved on, and it can force them to constantly wonder why your feelings have changed so dramatically since the breakup. Now, sometimes giving your ex this sort of sense of loss, it could be enough to actually, by itself, kick them back into gear and force them to start chasing you again like a dog on raw meat. But again, guys, like I said, I really do have to caution you that you want to use this tactic properly. If you are unsure about your current situation, whether it's safe to use it, then maybe you benefit from old-fashioned personal one-on-one coaching with me, Brad Browning. So if you do want to sign up for my personal coaching and get my help employing this tactic or any of my tactics, just head to breakupbrad.com/coaching. Sneaky tip number 6, refuse your ex sometimes and learn to say no. Now, once again, for this to work, you do need to be on speaking terms with your ex. For more on how to set that stage and get to that point, subscribe to my channel here on YouTube and watch all the videos that I've already made on how to open the lines of communication with him or her again. One of the biggest mistakes that people make when they're trying to get their ex back is that they become far too agreeable. They're basically just willing to roll over and do whatever their ex asks of them, no matter what the circumstances or how reasonable the request actually is. Now, this is basically low social value behavior, and it's really only going to push your ex further and further away. So instead, you really want to learn to say no to your ex, because by doing that, you're going to show that you're independent and that you really do have a backbone. And believe it or not, people are actually scientifically attracted to these characteristics. So once your ex sees that you're sticking up for what you want, that you're confident enough to do that, you're going to become a lot more attractive to him or her. And to be honest, don't be surprised if your ex begins texting you more once you start to project this attitude and wanting to spend more time with you, and basically just feeling desperate to see you or hang out with you all the time. Which ties in nicely to my next sneaky psychological trick, number 8, which is to always appear positive and happy around your ex. One of the worst things that someone can do after a breakup is to start moping and crying publicly in front of everyone they know. It's especially annoying when someone does this on social media. So don't be one of those people. Not only is it incredibly annoying to everyone you know, it's also incredibly unattractive to your ex. Of course, it is okay to be sad in this situation. I mean, you're allowed to cry, you're allowed to feel depressed, angry, and bitter about the breakup, but it's just never wise to broadcast that kind of emotion to the world. Like I said, doing so is it's not gonna solve any of your problems. It's gonna make you appear pathetic and weak, and it's gonna annoy pretty much everyone you know on social media. But if any of you guys out there have already made this mistake, then please have no fear, because there are actually a few workarounds. Really, what you need to do is start posting, happy, positive, and even funny stuff on your social media feeds, even if you're feeling like a giant bag of dicks. Just remember always, people are attracted to other vibrant, happy, and overall generally positive people. I mean, nobody wants to be around somebody who's always whining, crying, and complaining 24/7, right? So instead, try to just put yourself in a better, happier mindset. You're going to feel better about yourself as a result. And once your ex sees how happy you are, they're probably going to be crawling back to you for more in no time at all. And lastly, tip number 9 is to just use the free quiz tool on my website. So after this video, just head to breakupbrad.com/quiz and go ahead and take that free assessment. It only takes a couple of minutes to complete. And once you're done, you're gonna see a score that's going to help you determine your chances of getting back together with your ex. And also, based on your answers, you're also going to see a personalized list of recommendations and other psychological tips and tricks that you can use on your ex right now to make them wish, want, and need you more intensely than ever. Now, I know this number 9 here it's not really a sneaky tip at all in itself, but it will help you come up with even more covert and powerful techniques that you can use today on your ex, and those will be personalized and based on your answers to the quiz. So if you are curious about what your quiz results might say about your current situation, of course, just head over to breakupbrad.com/quiz and spend 5 minutes taking the quiz. All right, there we have it, beautiful people. 9 sneaky psychological tactics that you can use on your ex to make them want you back. Now, of course, as always, if you guys have questions, comments, whatever, just leave those in the comment section below, and I will do my best to get back to you personally. And don't forget to mash the like button and the subscribe button before you go as well. Thanks for watching. We will see you in the next video.